On AM 1130, 99.9 FM, Prescott, Chino Valley, and Paulden, 95.5 FM, Prescott Valley and Cottonwood, the talk of the Quad Cities, KQ&A. It's Hammertime. Waking up with the YCCA. Hammertime is brought to you by Lawhorn Plumbing, Verde Valley Alarm Services, Earthworks Landscape and Supply, Prescott Home Safety, Get Right Mitigation, Franklin Plumbing, The Blind Brothers, Caltex, Vicente Landscaping, Barrett Propane, Dignity Health, Yavapai Regional Medical Center, and Badger Roofing. And now from the studios of KQ&A, it's Hammertime. Waking up.
Hey, everybody, it is the weekend.
That indeed it is.
It is Saturday morning, unless you're listening tomorrow, and then it's Sunday morning.
Correct.
Because we air twice every weekend. We have a replay on Sunday, a repeat.
Yes, we
do.
A
redo.
And it's the same information to
Same
boot.
information, same great jokes, same humor, same most wonderful, awesome host and hostesses, host and hoster and guest. So our show last weekend with Tad Bryant, Broken Arrow Design and Drafting. Mm-hmm. How cool was that?
Super guy.
What a great guy. So much humor. Does a great job. Can you believe all those kids and all those animals?
He's got his hands full more ways than one, but
man.
I think I might have a lead for him too.
A lead?
Yep.
Good
on a
for
new job.
Good for you. So email him.
It'll be good for him.
Yes. Oh, yeah, not good for you.
Well, ultimately, it could be good for me.
It could be. He would probably say, thank you. You'll get a thank you. So it was a great show. I love Tad. He's a super guy. And listeners, if you need any designing done, drafting, Tad is your man.
Yep, and he is dedicated to it.
Totally dedicated. But you need to listen to the show. So we had some cool weather.
Literally.
Yes. There's hardly any leaves on the trees.
Well, I would fall to the ground too when it starts snowing.
That was just a little bit of snow. We haven't had nothing yet.
But it was funny. I had just come out of Home Depot and I was walking to my truck, and all of a sudden I thought I saw something falling, and I looked up in the sky.
Funny.
And I looked over, and a guy was standing by his truck doing the same thing, looking up in the sky, and we both kind of went, huh? What's going on?
So how's your bride, Patty? She had a knee replacement.
She did. She's coming along just dandy.
Perfect.
Thank you for asking.
Is she jumping up and down and all that stuff? Yep, and skipping rope?
No, but it was Thursday, and the physical therapist came this morning and said she can park the buggy and she can just use the cane, so she's off the speed buggy and making progress.
Good for her. Are you cooking and doing dishes and laundry and taking out the trash?
Well, so far she hasn't become ill, but yes, I am cooking and I am doing all the above, including laundry.
Okay. Wow.
It's scary.
Very scary. Good for you.
So she needs to get well quick.
Oh, come on, Mike. Come on, dude. We've got a great show this morning. We're going to talk with Keith and Linda Hughes. They own High Plains Storage, a brand new, super cool, over-the-top storage facility in Chino Valley.
And state-of-the-art, which we'll hear about.
Totally state-of-the-art. And then they own a building company, Hughes Building Construction Company, Hughes Building Company. And then Linda owns SugarPine. And if you've never been to SugarPine, you need to.
Yep.
Take your wallet.
You got it.
We'll be right
in a good way.
Take us to break, Mike. We'll be right back.
Absolutely. You're listening to Hammer Time, brought to you by Yavapai County Contractors Association, and we're airing on Talk of the Quad Cities. That's KQ&A 1130 AM, 99.9 FM, and in Cottonwood and Prescott Valley, you can listen to us on 95.5 FM. So please stay tuned for some great messages from our ever so valuable sponsors. Fill up that cup of coffee or drink that OJ. Don't change that channel, because we'll be right back.
You're listening to Hammer Time, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, and welcome back to Hammer Time. So let's get right in. Let's introduce the world to Keith and Linda Hughes. Thanks, you two, for being on Hammer Time.
Oh,
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It's going to be great. So, at our earlier segment, remember when I said we were talking about SugarPine and I said, be sure and take your credit card? Listeners, you have to take your credit card because you cannot stop purchasing. There's so many cool things there.
Well, and in all seriousness, I think she found out that giving things away wasn't going to keep the store open. So I think she now has decided to charge, even though they're not great huge charges, there's a nominal fee.
I just love that store. But we're going to talk about that in our show. But first and foremost, you two have just opened High Plains Storage.
That's correct.
Whose brainchild was that?
Probably mine. I've been wanting to open a storage unit for a long time, and I go to a lot of the facilities around town, and I noticed that most of them are possibly mud or gravel, and I wanted to do a state-of-the-art, like you say, over-the-top facility with all concrete drive aisles, all single level, all wide drive aisles. We also have some of the things I liked. We have insulated ceilings. With our technology, we have motion.
Okay, wait.
Am I going too fast?
No, but why would we insulate a ceiling when it's just boxes in there? They have no idea whether or not it's cold or hot.
It's just a nice added, I thought it was a great idea to keep the temperatures down below 100 and 110, and it does help in the cooling. Obviously, my walls are not insulated, but, the sun bears down on it, and it's something that I thought was important, so I did it.
Okay, I get it. That's so the crayons won't melt and the candles won't melt,
the candies,
right?
everybody
and
keeps
the candy.
in there.
Okay, got it, Keith. Good idea.
And if there's candy involved, every issue that you can do to keep that from melting is worth it.
Perfect. How do you keep your candy from melting?
In the refrigerator.
Okay. So, state of the art. Was it important to have concrete drive aisles and driving pads?
To me, it was extremely. That and wide drive aisles. Our main drive aisles are 40-foot wide. We have 40 covered RV spots, and on each side of those, we have 40-foot drive aisles. So our entry aisles are 40 feet, and we do have some 25-foot aisles, for the normal storage. But that was very important to me to have wide drive aisles and concrete. State-of-the-art wise, I wanted to be able to have somebody get online, go to our website, and look at what's there immediately, say, hey, I like this, I pick a unit, that type of thing. I can go through and pick my unit, fill out the app, pay my money.
Of course, yes, yeah.
And then go ahead and it gives you a code and an app, and you download the app, and within 5 minutes you're in the facility.
Oh, so no human contact.
You don't need human contact.
Unless you want it. You can always call the 800 number and talk to our...
It's not an 800 number. It's 928-800-1021. But we have a maintenance building out there, and we have people on staff quite often. Plus, I have my office downtown. So if anybody really needs anything, not everybody pays online. Some people want to come in and bring a check or cash, that type of thing.
And when you say your office is downtown, that's downtown in Chino.
We're actually on the south end of town. That was my goal, was to have something that was what I considered centrally located to, Chino Valley, Prescott Valley, Prescott. And we're right on the edge. We're on 4.5 South, which is, a half block from the outer loop, 4 South. And so we're probably 2 miles, 3 miles from the airport area there. So, we're close. It's
Good for you.
We can probably be to the facility 10, 15 minutes from probably just about anywhere.
So there's 40 covered RV spaces.
Correct.
And how many enclosed?
We have 322 enclosed units of
gosh.
varying sizes. We have 5x10s, 10x10s, 10x15s.
Is that standard, those sizes?
I think that we have some that are a little, like we have 12x25s, which a lot of people don't have. So you can actually come.
Put a whole house in there.
Well, you can put a boat in there too. I put 10-foot.
A car?
Yes. We have several that are doing that. But I put 10-foot wide doors on those. So, anybody that isn't expert at backing up could drop their boat or trailer or, whatever, or car in there. That type of thing. The other units, I also put 8-foot doors on it wide, so you're not knocking on my panels every day. But we did that for 322 units.
Good
Are
for you.
the doors, they're all remotely controlled, or are they keyed and locked kind of doors?
What we have out there is what they call the no key system.
No key. No key.
Yeah, N-O-K-E.
K-E. Oh, no key.
No key, yeah. And the whole, it's all incorporated into opening the gates automatically and opening the units. So when you get to the unit, you have your specific app, and you'll wake up the unit just by touching it. And then you're on your phone, the little app
So
turns.
you just touch the door?
Yeah, you just touch the lock. There's a lock on the door. You touch it. And when it wakes up, which is immediate, then you hit your button, it'll turn blue, and you touch your phone, and then you'll see it click green in a matter of seconds.
And then it opens.
You slide the latch over. It doesn't slide on its own. You slide the latch over and open the door, and you're in.
And that really is of a benefit. Coming from the perspective of still having several storage units and numerous ones in the past where
you have several storage units here in town?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
But others that I've had in the past have had keyed entries, so you'd use the keypad to get in, only to find out that you left your keys to the lock on your storage unit at home, so now you have to turn around, go back out, and hit the escape button so you can get out of the enclosed area. You've made it easy peasy.
That was our goal.
Good for
I
you.
think you better rent a 25 by what size, Keith?
12 by 25.
12 by
Mike,
25.
and put all your stuff in one location.
That would make a lot of sense.
Okay,
Great
you have
idea,
a potential client.
Nice.
Keith.
Keep them coming.
Yeah. So this was your idea for what? Brain for retirement or what?
Well, it's
We need it.
It's a very good business venture,
yes,
of course.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not, but yeah, I felt we needed a nicer facility.
Good for
you. know,
you.
and in that direction out towards Chino, you know, I'm biased, but I feel we have the nicest facility.
And so you should be.
And the fact is, you mentioned it's centrally located. That is very easy to get to. Very easy to get to from all parts.
I'll have to drive by and look at it.
Yeah, because even if you're down Williamson Valley, you can take the Outer Loop Road, zip over there. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're over in Inscription Canyon or American Ranch, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
I bet one of the biggest things, you're probably pretty much rented out on the covered RV, aren't you?
Yes, it's a very popular item.
Yes,
I think
extremely.
out of the 40 units we have, I think we have 10 available.
Oh, my gosh. Are those drive-through, or do you have to back up the RVs?
You have to back in or pull straight in, but I set them at 60-degree angles, so when you come down the wide drive aisle, you can just pull right in or back right in. Yeah, it's pretty simple. They're wider than normal. They're actually 12-foot drive aisles that have a net of about, by the time you take out posts and things, have a net of about 11 and a half feet.
So you've got them staged at an angle, and you've got a 40-foot apron coming down. It's going to be pretty hard. Somebody's got to be pretty bad about driving to nick any poles. Not get in.
It happens.
Let's hope it doesn't happen. Has it already happened?
No, I haven't had to drive anybody in, but I have had, just because, I have different links. I have up to a 34-foot and up to a 44-foot. So they kind of back up to each other. Well, people want to, go past their line.
Oh.
So I'll go out there and park them the first time and tell them this is what I'd like and this is what I'd like you to be. I figure 40 people I can manage to go out 40 times. So.
And they better, by golly, know how to park and where the line is.
All right.
We have to take a break, you two, and when we come back, we will continue our conversation with High Plains Storage. I want to talk about Hughes Building Company and what you're up to, and of course, SugarPine. So listeners, don't move. Mike, Linda, Keith, and me, and the engineer will be right back.
You're listening to Hammertime, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Hammertime, brought to you by YCCA. Just a quick reminder, if you need a contractor, you have a challenge with a contractor, call me, 778-0040. You guys, the phone does not stop ringing.
Or even if you have a challenge and you don't have a contractor.
Call me.
Especially call
778-0040. Those challenges just keep on coming through. Life is interesting, isn't it, Keith and Linda?
Very much so.
So the job is done. You're renting units. Are you going to build another one?
No.
It's kind of like, remember when you built that swimming pool for your client? And you said, I said to Linda, is he going to go build another swimming pool? And Linda says, nope. Your one and only swimming pool.
Yeah,
and then we did.
Yeah,
Oh, and then you did?
I've done a couple of them since then. But, you know.
It's just hard to say no.
Right, yeah.
I can't believe we have mega swimming pools here in town. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, we have one at our house. We're in now on the side of a hill.
With the pool? Mm-hmm. Did you build it?
I built that one,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
It was during COVID, so we had to bribe the subs to come up from Phoenix.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
so he ended up doing the plumbing because we
You
couldn't get
could,
plumbing.
yeah, with your license, you can do the plumbing. Good for you. Okay, back to this storage unit. It's all wireless, remote technology. What about no fire sprinklers or anything like that? Do you have? What did they make you do, the fire department?
Well, we're not required to have them out there in the area we're in.
Okay.
The rule, if it matters, is you have to have fire sprinklers on any building that is over 12,000 square feet.
Okay.
In the mini storage world. Our facility with the Noki has motion detection and thermal detection related to the motion detection. So let's just say by chance you had something in your unit that caught fire and it started a flame moving or something moving in there, then my motion would sense that, and I would then at that point be notified immediately. And we have a call center and my office and obviously myself. So we are notified immediately. We also have, which I think is very unique, we have a motion detection system inside the unit through the Noki system that allows, let's just say that, God forbid you left your kid in there or something.
Or dog.
Or dog. Once you lock that unit, once it's locked, it then becomes
Activated.
back to the motion detection. And so if something moves inside that unit, it notifies us immediately.
So did you test it and you locked yourself in the unit?
Not me, huh?
And how many days is it until Linda lets you out?
We've tested it. I just won't go in there and lock the door.
No, come on, we can do that today.
Chicken?
I'm not real good in tight spaces, but I did actually. It's been tested.
Okay.
Send one of my guys in there and close the door and lock it. And, he liked the break.
And you could see him on the app. Here I am. I'm in here. I've got motion going on.
You can't see inside the unit, so I don't want to get that out.
No, but you could tell the motion.
But so we have over 30 cameras, or about 30 cameras there. So our site
wow.
surveillance is amazing, and it's ongoing all the time. And we're notified anytime you go into the facility, out of the facility, anytime you open your unit, close your unit. Forget to close your unit, it notifies us, and we call you and say, hey, you left your unit open, so go back.
So
and
you're
close
like
it.
on call 24/7 with your little app and your cell phone.
Somebody is. All the people that work for me.
They're all connected. That's amazing. Gosh, so how does somebody call you, or what's the app contact or the website?
Well, the phone number is 928.
It's not in 800.
800-1021. So
Perfect.
that's the phone number.
Or the website's highplainstorage.com.
Okay. And HIGH, Plains, PLAINS, storage.com.
Correct.
So listeners, grab this. It's brand new. It's exciting. It's state of the art. Do you have specials? Like if you rent for 6 years, you get 6 years for free?
Yeah. 5 years for free.
Never seen that kind of special.
We're actually doing a grand opening this weekend.
Oh, cool.
From Saturday from 10 to 2.
Okay.
And we'll be offering specials there. We're giving on our 10 by 20s. We are going with, rent 3 months. You'll get the 4th month free. On all of our other units, the smaller ones, we're 10% off for 3 months.
Oh, that's good.
And we're not offering anything on the covered parking right now, but it's not
we are
necessary.
holding a raffle Saturday from 10 to 2.
Right. We're going to have a raffle. I'm going to give away 3 months free rent for one of the 10 by 20s. And we have El Charro Norte coming to.
We're going to go out there.
We're getting
Chips
to
and
the
salsa.
good spot.
Yeah, they're
we're
bringing
getting to the food.
So we have food, raffle, beverages, and that's about all I can think of.
Golf cart rides.
Yeah, it's golf cart rides.
So that's okay, listeners. Today's Saturday. Head on out there. But if you tune into this show tomorrow, Sunday, is it still going on, or have they missed the food and everything?
It'll all be gone. Yeah.
Just Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. So
Saturday.
Sunday, you snoozed, you lose.
So you talked about the 3 months and 4 months. Do you do annual contracts also?
Well, we like to have the longer the better, but we're still just offering like the 1 month free.
Gotcha. But somebody, if they were interested in tying up a unit long term, they could go ahead certainly and
Oh,
tie it up
absolutely.
for a year. Okay.
Absolutely.
Good.
Okay. So I like to tell construction jokes. Some of them are extremely adorable.
Be patient. Be open-minded.
What's a construction worker's favorite type of music? Come on, you guys. Come on,
Could be
Linda.
Rap or rock or country. Headbanging. I don't know.
Okay.
Hammertime.
Heavy metal.
Right there.
You were very
right.
close.
You were very close,
Yeah.
Mike. Good job. Engineer, what did you think of that? Uh-oh, he's silent.
Man, a few words.
Yeah, man, a few words. Okay, so a party, a grand opening celebration today, 10 to 2, High Plains Storage. Get out there and take advantage of all the goodness.
The Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce will be doing a ribbon cutting at
cool.
11.
Okay,
So they'll be
perfect.
there. And then we have a live remote going on as
Okay.
well.
Cool.
I'm more
Lots
excited.
going on.
Yeah, the food, though. Can the food start like at 10?
10 o'clock.
Oh,
breakfast
cool.
burritos.
Breakfast
and then we'll
burritos.
switch over
Way to go. Afternoon
Eat the chicken.
tacos. Okay, cool. Let's talk about SugarPine.
Oh, all
because
right.
that is so much more exciting than construction. So this was your brainchild.
It was. I always wanted to have a little boutique filled with beautiful items
my
that
gosh.
you could only find at my little store. But yeah, it was. We've been open 3 years.
Whoa, it doesn't seem like it.
I know.
And you're on
It's at 1235 Willow Creek
Willow
Road.
Creek Road, there in the corner.
Yeah, Black and Willow Creek Road.
And parking is pretty easy to get. You know, you can do street parking.
I get a lot of people calling for directions, and I just always ask them, "Have you lived here long?" Because it used to be the Christmas store.
That's right.
Right. And then we bought the property from them and renovated the
It's
entire.
just beautiful. Listeners, you've got to go there. Great gifts. Christmas is coming. Wonderful things for women. I mean, decorating items, mirrors, cups, glasses, jewelry, perfumes,
lotions and
little
candles.
slipperies, little things for your feet.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
And you just do not walk in and walk out, right, Linda? You're there.
Hopefully not.
I mean, you could be there for an hour by walking and touching and looking at everything.
Yeah.
I love it. So good for you.
Thank you.
Do you work in this store?
I do 3 to 4 days a week.
Okay.
And then I have an assistant, Debbie, who's fantastic.
Perfect.
She's a big help in there.
So what are your hours?
We're closed Sunday and Monday, so Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4.
Where did the name SugarPine come from?
Oh, I'm obsessed with pine cones. And I used to collect SugarPine pine cones.
Those are the big ones, aren't they?
They're the biggest
gigantic
pine
ones.
cone
Yeah.
on the planet. I used to collect them at a little ski resort I lived in Wrightwood, California.
Those are the best pine cones ever.
They're amazing. They're like little works of art.
They are. So that was your name, SugarPine.
SugarPine.
That's so great. Good for you. When we come back from our break, I want to find out how High Plains Storage was named. Whose brilliant idea that was. So, Mike, take us to break.
And whether Clint was involved or
Yes,
not.
I know.
And I understand that there might be some very interesting advertisements coming out So we'll have to keep an eye on that too. So you're listening to Hammer Time, brought to you by Yavapai County Contractors Association. Having a great discussion this morning, so stay tuned for our next series. Fill up that second cup of coffee, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Hammer Time, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
You know what? I'm so excited. We got to get this show over because we're going to have tacos.
I was just going to say, I can
and
see you
breakfast-
licking your lips.
I know, I am.
You're ready
Breakfast
for
burritos.
some
We're
food.
going to High Plains Storage for a party.
Perfect. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, listeners, Keith and Linda, how did you come up with the name High Plains Storage?
Well, I'm going to let Linda answer that.
Well, we
Way to
are
go, Keith.
we are located in the Central Highlands of Arizona.
Yes.
So it's High Plains, and we love Clint Eastwood and the spaghetti westerns. So
That
High
was-
Plains
okay.
Storage, and then our logo is a cowboy leaning on a
Fence.
post, which is, I think, on their logo for that movie.
Okay, cool.
Good, Bad, and Ugly, I think, or High Plains Drifter.
I think it's a great name. Good for you.
Thank you.
So we now know High Plains Storage, where their moniker came from. SugarPine, the moniker, because of all the wonderful big pine cones. Do you still have truckloads full of them?
I do. I have so many.
Okay, Keith, where are you? Might need a storage unit.
I already have three.
You already have 3 units?
Well, and we have a warehouse behind SugarPine and Hughes Building Company. We have
Yes.
a warehouse in the yard behind that.
So you've got all your stuff in High Plains Storage.
A lot of it.
Well, and if a client is building a home, then and they want to order furniture, sometimes it takes 6
that's
months.
a great idea.
And it comes in, then we can put it in the storage
Perfect.
unit, and then they just come and pack it out of there.
Come talk to me about the storage unit.
We should talk off record?
No.
That's so fun. That is a great idea,
It's a
Mike,
super
for
idea.
builders.
Super
you
idea.
need to remember that for clients.
I end up doing some storage myself, so I certainly appreciate that.
Wow. Yeah, but you said your storage stuff is all full.
Well, it is now.
That is so funny. Well, okay, let's talk about the best industry on the planet. We've talked about the best storage unit on the planet, High Plains Storage. We've talked about one of the best artistic gift places on the planet, SugarPine. Now, let's talk about the best industry, construction. Hughes Building Company. You started that a gazillion years ago.
Yes, we did. We started it here in 1994.
Wow. No vision of retirement, correct? Just say yes, Sandy.
Yes, Sandy.
Well, this is Keith's 40th year building custom homes.
That is just so tremendous.
I thought you were going to say traumatic.
And it can be.
It can be, but it's tremendous because you're one of the long-established companies. You've been there. You've been in this playground. You know what's changed and transpired versus some newbie. But we love our newbies, but I kind of like our oldies the best.
Having the historical perspective
Yes.
really makes a difference, I think.
It does. I think
It's
so.
very cool.
Yep.
So are you building homes now?
We are, yes. Our oldest son, Doug, he's our project manager, and he's 100% field and 50% office, so he's a very busy boy.
That's 150%.
That's right. That's
Why
right.
he's so busy.
Yeah.
He would tell you he works that much.
Yes, I'm sure he would. But we have several homes going in the Talking Rock area. We built Talking Rock American Ranch. Those type of areas. We tend to, for whatever reason, build in a lot of gated communities, golf course communities. But right now we are pretty much focusing on the Talking Rock area.
You've been here forever. I love Doug. He has one of those masterminds. I mean, the guy, he's very serious about what he does in his job sites and his ethics. He just makes me so proud to know him. So kudos to the two of you.
Oh, thank you.
For
That
raising
means
such a
lot.
tremendous son that has followed in his father's footsteps.
And he is amazing at what he does. He really is. And don't let him hear this.
Yeah, we won't tell him.
Yeah,
about
don't
this.
tell him it comes on. But yeah, he does an amazing job, and he really makes sure the client is well taken care of, and makes sure the home is perfect when they move in. It's amazing. Actually, it's the only word I got. So
He's very
How long has he
detail-oriented.
been on board with you?
he started back with us. He worked for us when we were doing a lot of commercial. It's kind of ironic. Years ago, I built the budget, not to mention the competition, but budget mini storage over on Highway 69. And he was my project manager on that. And then he went off to school for a while. And then he came back. I guess he just loved construction so much that he came back. And I don't remember what year that was, Linda.
I don't either.
Well, he's going to get me on that one. I'm going to give it at least 10 years.
Or
Oh, it's
maybe
been
14.
longer. I was going to say it's
14.
been longer than 10.
15.
Maybe 15.
Yeah.
Cool.
As long as I can remember. And I've been with YCCA for 18 years, and he was a big part of it.
Yeah, I think about 15.
I bet you're right. Pretty close to that.
Yeah.
So now he has a couple kids.
He has
2 or 3 now?
6-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Okay, 2, yes.
And they live in North Phoenix, so he makes that commute.
Wow.
But he
Daily.
has a Tesla, so he's saving on gas.
Yeah, but does he not get energy storage anxiety? Aren't those the energy battery cars that you have to plug in and get charged?
We have a charger at the warehouse.
He managed to put a charger at our
yeah.
facility, not the mini storage, but at our warehouse
we should
downtown.
put one there.
You should.
No, then I would have cars parked there.
But yeah, he also in his spare time races. I think he's the only person
Like
that
a
races
car?
an electric car.
His Tesla.
His Tesla.
He actually takes it out,
And I think
changes
he's
tires and a few things on it, and goes out and runs tracks.
really good at it.
It's a good release for him.
Yeah, but what if he gets into a crash or
Oh, we're
run?
not going to think about that.
No, well then he gets a company truck. I've got some out there. You can just drive one of those.
Do Teslas go that fast?
Yes.
Oh, they're amazing, actually.
Are those the weird, funny-looking cars you see around town that look like they're little brick boxes?
That's one of the models, but just one.
That would be the very smallest. Most Teslas are pretty sleek,
Yeah.
pretty nice.
That square boxy one you're talking about
Yes.
looks like it's something out of the
yes.
Roadkill 2025 or something.
Correct.
Oh my gosh! But anyway, we love Doug. Mike, have you ever met Doug?
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh, you should. He's a life-changing kind of guy. You would be
Cool.
proud to know him. What about now? He has 2 kids. How many grandbabies do you have altogether?
We have 6 now.
Oh my Lord!
They're all 6 and under.
And you so love them. I know. You're like the best grandma on the planet.
Yeah, I try. That's what I do on my days off. But yeah, there's 6 and under. There's 4 up here that live in the area.
Does it keep you busy? Do any
does.
of them want to be contractors?
I hope not.
Well, I don't know. Max, which is Doug's youngest, they're all on the tractors and the little toy backhoes
Okay,
and
cool.
all that. So he might follow Doug. That's what Doug did when he was a kid. He loved that stuff. So that probably head in that direction.
Contractor in training.
Gosh, with Christmas coming up, Keith, you're going to have to work overtime with 6 grandbabies because I think Lynn's going to be doing a lot of shopping.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to guarantee that.
Listeners, we have to take a break. When we come back, we will continue this magnificent conversation with Keith and Linda Hughes. Hughes Building Company, High Plains Storage, and SugarPine. Don't move.
You're listening to Hammertime, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
It's time to go get those breakfast burritos and tacos at High Plains Storage and put your ticket in to win free 3 months. 3
3 months.
3 months.
3 months for free.
Man, how did you say that so easy?
I think just as a word of caution and advice, you might want to put a limit on how much somebody can go back to the food table.
Mike, come on, dude. Okay, how long, Keith, from start to finish did it take to build High Plains Storage? When you found the ground, raw land, plans, processes, and bingo, you're done.
That was a long process. It's taken me 3.5 years to build it.
Oh my gosh!
To a point of occupancy. But I had zone changing to do and a lot of things to do on that side of town. Just a lot of work with the town of Chino Valley. And once we got through that, everything went pretty smooth. It took me about a year to actually build the whole facility, but I guess we didn't have a lot of bad weather. But, I thought it went fairly well. I thought it was going to be a 9-month project. Turned out it took me a year.
Well, it's not bad.
But we poured a lot of concrete.
I know.
I was just going to say, hopefully you missed the
major increase,
Right.
Oh, we had some price increases in there, that's for sure.
You were pouring a bunch.
But
Yes.
availability was okay.
Yeah, I poured with some fairly large contractors in town here, and so they managed to get the concrete when you need it. But probably some of the smaller guys would have had an issue anyways. They were pouring 400 or 500 yards at a time. Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Right. It was a lot of concrete.
Whew.
Pouring's not the hard part; it's finishing.
Yeah.
It's the tough part.
Okay, so did you take all the grandbabies and they put their handprints in the concrete?
Oh, I wish
Oh,
that would have
you should have done
happened.
that and put all their little names and the
I
date.
know. We didn't. We missed that opportunity.
Let's go back.
Pour some more concrete so we can do that.
Yeah, let's go dig a hole. Let's crack out a big piece, and then you'll have to refill it. Mike, do you put your little initials in the concrete when you put? You don't?
I've only done that one time, and it was in some just for fun. It was in some footings, which I knew would be covered up. But I put my handprint, and then the next day, who in the heck was stupid enough to put their handprint over there? Nobody would fess up. So I finally had to.
Oh, you should have just not said anything.
Well, it's funny because as contractors, we live in mortal fear that somebody's going to walk on our fresh concrete. So the last thing we're trying to do is encourage somebody to mar it.
Poor,
Exactly.
darn it. What? Why don't you think of another storage area, like down in Prescott or Prescott Valley?
Well, I would like to slow down a little bit and let Doug take
Come
charge.
on. Don't cop out. Come on, guy. You still have a lot of years left. We never say never, right, Mike?
Yep. True. True
We
story.
just keep going, keep making a difference every day.
We do.
Yes. What we need to get SugarPines at the home show so you can have a little booth in there and display all your super cool stuff.
It's in May, right?
April. We moved it
Oh,
to
April.
April.
Moved it back.
Okay. I
No
missed-
weekend trips, no trips to Havasu. I'll send you the dates.
Okay, good.
We'll set you up. Doug, no, because he's just trying to kind of chill, so we don't want to create any more business, right?
No,
He doesn't have a lot of free time.
He still likes new business, that's for sure.
So how do the two of you relax now that you've got all this going on?
We,
I think you're in relax
Don't
mode
look
yet.
at me.
Are you not a
we do
relaxer?
work a lot. We're busier than we've ever been, but we do enjoy going down to the Colorado River.
Just to
We-
kind of
Keith-
chill and ride in little rubber inner tubes?
Something like that. Yeah, Keith bought his first river house when he was 25. So we've always had a place to escape to when it's snowing here. So
Okay.
we were just there.
Okay,
We just
good.
drove back this morning.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's sometimes we would go down there and there'd be a 40-degree temperature
Swing.
difference. Yeah, but it's nice.
Good for you. And is it on the river?
Real close.
Okay. You could walk down with your inner tubes and pails and buckets and beach towels.
That you can do.
Perfect. Mike escapes to what river?
It's up to Lake Powell.
Yeah, that's right, Lake Powell.
It's kind of a river buried down
Yeah.
below the waters.
There's a current.
He has a boat. What kind of boat? A pontoon.
No, it's just a cruiser. It's a cruiser that we stay on. So.
Okay.
Not a houseboat.
Okay.
You
might-
dock it up there?
Actually, keep it in covered storage.
Oh.
So keep it out of the sun, just like your covered
There you go.
spots
We do
in your
have a
storage.
houseboat.
Well, ours is a try-to, but yeah.
Being stored there right now.
Cool. All this good stuff. All of these toys that we have to have in our life to make us relax.
I just have to make sure that people understand it's not a houseboat, because all of a sudden people who are listening that you know say, "Oh gosh, Mike's got a houseboat. We'll have to go up to the lake with him."
It's just a boat,
Just a little boat.
just a cruiser, and it only holds 2 people. Too funny. If somebody wanted you to build a new home, Keith, are you interested? Are you taking new clients?
Yes, we are. We're taking new clients, and Doug and I interview them together to see what they're building and what they like. I mean, it's one of the things that Doug likes to focus on is the gated communities, and he just loves building the big, high-end, complex home.
Perfect.
Right. That's so. Yes, we would absolutely take on new clients. We're probably taking on due to the pandemic, I guess we'll call it. There was a lot of homes being built at one time, backed up a lot of builders. So we got above what we normally build 6 or 8 homes a year. That's kind of our focus. And for a while there, it got to be a little bit crazy. But, we got back into it. Everything's great now. And that's what we want to get back to, 6 or 8 homes a year. And they're all custom homes. We don't really build any specs. It's just custom homes.
And how would somebody get a hold of you if they wanted to be interviewed by Keith and Doug?
Well, they also interview us.
I know. They do.
It has to be a good fit both ways.
It does. And Mike can shake his head to that for sure.
Yeah, well, you can call our office. It's 928-717-0033. Heidi is our office manager, and she's amazing. And she can answer all your questions and set pretty much anything up for a meeting. We have a very nice design studio at our office. We're located at 1235 Willow Creek Road, and Linda has a design studio out front and a conference area, so we meet our clients in there, and we can show them a lot of our product, and then they can walk right next door to SugarPine.
Now, do you do interior design for the clients and pick out colors and all that stuff, Miss Linda?
Not as much anymore.
Okay,
We
but you
have
used
a
to.
Design associate.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because I'm busy with SugarPine.
Okay.
But I tell people, bring in your pictures, your measurements.
Right.
And I can try and help you from the store.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just don't have time.
Okay, so this is like a real husband and wife team. Do you fight?
Of course not.
Okay, Keith, here, I'm going to save you. Oh, look, the engineer says it's break time.
Well, I've known him since he was 11, so we're kind of used to each other.
You're used to each other.
Yeah.
That is so funny. So was it love at first sight when you were 11?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have to take a break.
really is break time.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hammertime, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
You guys, it was a great show. Thank you so much, Keith and Linda Hughes, for being with Mike and me this morning. Great information.
Absolutely.
So share your phone number for High Plains Storage.
928-800-1021.
And the party, the grand opening is today, Saturday at 10 o'clock. So get your cars, your vehicles, your boats out there and get them stored is all I can say. And get some breakfast burritos.
23rd.
Yes. And Miss Linda, how about SugarPine's phone number?
I do have a landline. We've had this number for 25 years, and
Right.
we forgot we had it. But it's 717-2233. It was our fax line.
Oh, how funny.
Remember when you used to have a fax line?
Do you both have a website? Does High Plains have a website?
Oh, yes, High Plains has a website.
It's highplainstorage.com.
Perfect.
And mine is sugarpineaz.com.
And Hughes Building Company
What's
phone
Hughes
number.
Building Company?
It's just info at
HBC.
SugarPine-AZ.com.
Well, I should know that.
I really
Okay,
don't know.
yes.
You should call Heidi.
Yeah, Heidi.
Yeah.
Don't forget the 928-717-0033. Call Heidi and she'll give you the website.
Perfect. Until next weekend, I'm Sandy.
I'm Mike.
Keith.
And Linda.
And we say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you for tuning in to Hammer Time. Waking Up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Heard each and every Saturday morning at 7, with an encore presentation Sunday mornings at 7 on AM 1130 by 99.9 FM in Prescott, 95.5 FM, Prescott Valley and Cottonwood, and online at kqna.com. A library of past Hammer Time shows can be listened to on the Yavapai County Contractors website at ycca.org.
Break it down.